Hello and welcome to Quillpig Gaming blind playthrough of Hogwarts Legacy, and this will be our concluding gaming session for the game. We are very close to the end, and we're going to play through a few little side pieces and get that good ending for the game. It's been a long time coming, it's been a long series for me. I'm enjoying this. Let's see what happens in our final concluding chapter. Alright, so we came back to the Summer's Court so that we could finish off this game. This game, it turns out that we're not terrible at. I don't remember her.
Hello, Grace. What are you doing here?
Nice to see you. Thank you again for your help at the lake. I've become quite good at Summoner's Court, and I'm waiting for my next opponent. I suppose that's you.
I suppose so.
Shall we begin?
I'm game.
Well, let's see what you're made of.
What are the rules this time? Oh. Oh, that's rough.
Accio.
What are you doing?
That's the way to do it.
What? What? That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Alright, here we go.
Accio!
That wasn't what I wanted to see. Accio.
That's the best I could do. Alright. Oh, botch it, botch it, botch it. Oh, okay.
Accio!
A draw? We can't leave it like that.
I'm fine with leaving it like that. But we have to win it, don't we?
Seems you couldn't get the upper hand that time. How about another round?
Yep.
Let's have it.
Then take your mark.
Oh, was it my turn first? No, it's Grace's turn. Okay. So we always go second.
Accio.
I'll mess it up. Is she always going to do the same?
That's the way to do it.
Okay.
Accio!
There we go.
That wasn't what I wanted to see. Accio.
All right. Oh, come on.
Accio!
There we go. Got you.
Well, it appears I've been bested.
Haha.
Well done! Diving, Summoner's Court. Seems there's nothing you can't do.
Good game.
You played a good game, though, Grace.
I did play rather well, didn't I? Only one student has ever beaten me. She's very good. But if you play the way you did against me, you might stand a chance.
Alright, so there's... sounds like one more there. And I'm betting the last one's going to be a teacher. Just a bet. Alright. So we have a few other things to do. Let's go to the world map. So I have a marker down. I don't want to go here first, but this is a battle arena, which we have not gone in. I'd like to go there eventually. First, though, our friend Nadi is... Where's she at? Down this way. There we go. Nadi wanted to meet us. So we're going to go meet up with her. This might be the conclusion of her character arc. Oh, also, we set up 2 animals to in the breeding pen in our last session, and that did not trip over the accomplishment for getting that that youth bred. So we need to breed 2 other ones, and I was thinking the little
like
furry
a place
ones,
right out of a storybook.
little puffballs. We might try those. That might get that accomplishment, and that'd be the final one for that whole accomplishment banner.
Are you ready to finish Harlow?
I'm ready to finish Harlow once and for all. What is your plan?
I received an owl from Mrs. Bickle. She wondered if we were having any luck going after Harlow. Suggested we could gather evidence from a friend near Manor Cape.
But she warned us to stay out of it. Was rather adamant about it.
Precisely.
Harlow knows that we saved Archie, and that we rescued Mr. Rabe. The letter didn't come from Mrs. Bickle, did it?
I do not believe it did. Harlow intends to ambush us.
But now we have the upper hand. We can prepare.
We are stronger than Harlow, and he knows it. That's why he's resorting to this sort of trickery. We must go.
I'm ready.
Agreed. Let's finish this.
Brilliant. Harlow's reign ends today.
Perhaps we ought to inform Officer Singer of our plans.
Seems,
I already sent her an owl to let her know that we were following a lead given to us by Mrs. Bickle.
Are you concerned she might tell your mother?
Indeed she will, but so be it. I am tired of hiding it from her. My mother needs to understand that I will not be safe from the Ashwinders until everyone is. I shall pursue them until they are finished, and I think she knows that. As do you.
That I do.
Keep an eye out. Harlow is likely around here somewhere. I sense he is close.
Where is he? Revelio.
I do not know. We should look around.
Gullible children, walk right into our trap.
Ashwinders, we were right.
It's exhausting. Standing here all day waiting to do Rookwood's work for him. He can fight his own
we
battles.
can get you.
Perhaps it's dinner I'm hearing.
People in this way.
That's the best you can do, is it? Incendio! Place it!
Nice one!
Misidentified you?
Pathetic!
You've been a Petrificus
Accio.
When I get down from here!
Repulsor.
You will get what is coming.
I'm just warming up. Try to make this shoot.
Petrificus totalis!
Protego.
Come on.
Petrificus totalis!
Venite.
One more.
Petrificus totalis!
Come on. Extra.
Venite.
trying to get that dueling feat.
A shame to see such potential go to waste.
Little Nat Sione, innit? And her excruciatingly loyal companion. You two have done quite a bit of damage to my business interests.
Good.
But I must grudgingly give you some credit. What was once a mere annoyance has become remarkably problematic. Fortunately, I pride myself on my problem-solving skills.
Oh, you're going down.
This will not
Arresto
end in your favour.
Depulso. Arresto Momentum. Levioso. Incendio. Confringo. Defendo. Bombarda. Descendo. Glacius.
Do you want to concede now? Must we prolong this?
Hello. Guess what? That's for you.
Come now, you can do better than that. Can't get
Bombarda. Defender. Descendo. Glacius.
Ah, there you are.
Expulso.
not even try.
Incendio.
This will not end in your favour.
Glacius. Defender. Bombardego.
Oh, you're done. We got it. We got it. No.
Natty! No! Natty!
Keep your eyes on the prisoner. Get the wand out of his hand. Bad cop. I blame her for this whole thing. She did not do her job to keep criminal elements out of Wizarding Society. I'm not sure about the legality of poachers. I mean, poaching is illegal by definition, but that could just be a nickname for them. I don't know if it's legal for them to hunt magical animals. But even if they got away with that, all of the threats, intimidation, kidnapping, murder, and she couldn't do anything about it? No, it's her fault. Okay, good. She's still alive.
Are you sure you are up for a visitor?
Yes, Mother. I feel fine, and it will do me good to see my friend.
Very well. But do not overdo it, Natsai.
I know, Mother.
Well, okay,
It is good to see you, my friend.
I'm glad to see you're doing so well.
I am doing better than it appears. I am only here because my mother insisted, just to be safe. I was relieved when she told me that you were all right.
Both, but
Only because of you. How are you feeling?
Well, I've had better days, but Nurse Blaney says that I am on the mend.
I'm sorry, Natty. It's my fault you got hurt.
What? No. Do not blame yourself for this. The moment that I saw Harlow aim his wand at you, well,
He made a choice to protect me, like her father did for her. Not her fault that he died.
You quickly made the choice to protect me.
I did what I had to, and I would do it again. I could not simply stand there and let you get hurt.
Then I shouldn't feel guilty.
Of course not. There was nothing that you... Oh. Oh my. I cannot believe that it took me this long to see it. He made a choice based on instinct. My father. You, my friend, are no more to blame for my injuries today than I am to blame for my father's sacrifice years ago.
From what I know of him, it seems there's a lot of your father in you.
That's very kind of you to say. I hope that you are right. This has all been a bit much, hasn't it? Taking down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot. But we have done it. Rookwood is dead, Harlow is on his way to Azkaban, and the rest of them are on the run. A few of the dregs will still be about, fighting for their lost cause. But Rookwood's enterprise has fallen apart.
Everything is safer now because of us. Because of you.
Thank you, but we make a formidable team. You, my fellow traveler, have enriched my time at Hogwarts beyond anything I could have imagined. Thank you. I believe your friendship to be one of the most important in my life. Thank you for coming to visit me. It is always good to see you.
Seems strange that she called us her fellow traveler, because that's usually not a good thing to say. Some negative
Revelio.
negative sentiments about it. Okay, so we did that. That's done. Let's go up to the room of requirement. Okay, so now we're setting up, yeah, puffskeins. I think that's what they're called. Need to breed a puffskein. I think that's in the swamp area that we have. Which should be this one. I think it's this one. Nope, not this one. Thestrals, Floopers. No puffskeins. This one? Out on the beach? No. Got purple toads, Deeracall, Jabbernall, and that's it there. Okay. Then I guess it's in our original one. Yeah, puffskeins. We have a male and a female, so let's get a baby puffskein. There it is. Got the achievement. Room of requirements now at 100. Alright. Quests. We've got 4 more side quests. 1 more main quest. I thought he would have counted for an infamous foe, but maybe not. Way more dueling feats. I don't think we'll get that one, but that's fine. Okay, map. If we go to the world map, hover over Hogwarts, Summoner's Court Match 4. And there's one in Hogsmeade. Let's do Summoner's Court then. Before we lose our touch. Because if there's 4 left, we know the one in Hogsmeade. And that's it. So unless there's... no. So we're short a couple. Well, we just try and do our best to get as much of the game as they intended us to get.
Hello. Are you here for Summoner's Court?
That I am. Don't expect to be as lucky here as you were in Crossed Wands.
Okay.
Speaking of which, care to play a match?
Of course, Charlotte.
Then may the best summoner win.
Oh, this one has little sinkholes in it too.
Accio!
Alright.
Precisely as planned.
There we go.
Accio!
Oh no.
Such grace. Finesse. Accio! Precisely as planned.
Alright. Knockers all the way off the board.
Accio!
Only way I could win it is by knocking this one off, which I don't know if we can. So let's try. Stay up! Stay! Oh, we were so close.
Didn't I say I adore competition? Hard luck. Care for another round?
We can win that.
Absolutely. Don't count me out yet.
That's the spirit.
I'm glad we don't have to win 2 out of 3.
Accio! Precisely as planned.
Still want that one.
Accio!
Oh.
Such grace. Finesse. Accio! Precisely as planned.
Oh. That is terrible.
Such grace. Finesse. Accio!
When we get done with this, you're getting Crucio.
Precisely as planned.
Accio!
Hard luck. Care for another round?
Absolutely. Don't count me out yet.
That's the spirit.
Same board, same rules.
Accio! planned.
That counts as 50?
Accio.
Oh no. Too hard.
Such grace. Finesse. Accio.
It's impossible to dislodge that one, I think.
Precisely as planned.
Alright. We're gonna try ramming.
I'll remember that. Accio. Precisely as planned.
We're not winning this one.
Accio.
Oh.
Such grace. Finesse.
That was terrible. I wish you could adjust
Hard
the
luck.
strength of the
Care
pole.
for another round?
Absolutely. Don't count me out yet.
That's the spirit.
But there seems to be some variability in what she does. And how well she does.
Precisely as planned.
Okay, so this one. Alright.
Accio.
Come on. No. Ah.
Such grace. Finesse. Accio.
Yeah, she's terrible. I can't stand her.
Precisely as planned.
Alright. We're gonna pull it here. Try and catch the edge of hers and knock it out.
Accio. Precisely as planned.
Accio.
Nothing.
Such grace. Finesse.
Yeah, I do not like her. We have to beat her. In the game.
Hard luck. Care for another round?
Absolutely. Don't count me out yet.
That's the spirit. Accio. Precisely as planned.
Alright.
Accio.
Ah, come on.
Such grace. Finesse. Accio.
Oh, that is
Precisely as
ridiculous.
planned. Accio. Precisely as planned.
Okay.
Accio.
Oh, couldn't knock it off.
Sting me with a billywig. I'll never top that. Hard luck. Care for another round?
We're gonna get this.
Absolutely. Don't
This is
count
the
me out
hardest
yet.
game
That's the spirit.
inside the game. Been harder than any of the puzzles. harder than the flying challenges.
Precisely as planned.
Alright.
Accio!
Every time.
Such grace.
Okay, cannot take it
Finesse.
over onto the right side.
Accio!
Have to pull that one over to the left side.
Precisely as planned.
Okay.
Sting me with a billywig. I'll never top that. Accio! Precisely as planned.
Alright.
Accio!
Pure brute force won't work, but... Yep, excellent.
Such grace.
See that? That is completely off the platform. I think she's cheating.
Hard luck. Care for another round?
Absolutely. Don't count me out yet.
That's the spirit.
Come on. Come on.
Accio! Precisely as planned.
Alright.
Accio!
Oh, no.
Such grace. Finesse. Accio! Precisely as planned. Such grace.
That one just
Finesse.
destroys me.
Accio! Precisely as planned.
Accio!
Such grace. Finesse.
I think we're getting worse.
Hard luck. Care for another round?
Absolutely. Don't count me out yet.
That's the spirit. Accio! Precisely as planned.
I'm just gonna lock it in right there.
Accio!
Ah, see?
Such grace.
There's nothing I can do about that one.
Accio!
That's a free 100 for her. Or 50 for her.
Such grace. Finesse. Accio! Precisely as planned.
Accio!
Sting me with a billywig. I'll never top that. Hard luck. Care for another round?
We will
Absolutely.
get this.
Don't count me out yet.
That's the spirit. Precisely as planned.
350. Let's see. There we go.
Accio.
Stop. Oh.
Such grace. Finesse. Accio. Precisely as planned. Sting me with a billywig. I'll never top that. Accio. Precisely as planned.
Accio.
Okay.
Hard luck. Care for another round?
Absolutely. Don't count me out yet.
That's the spirit. Accio. Precisely as planned.
Accio.
Stay.
Sting me with a billywig. I'll never top that. Accio. Precisely as planned.
Accio.
Oh, come.
Such grace. Finesse. Accio. Precisely as planned.
There's no way to get far enough to the left to actually get this one over this. Yeah.
Such grace. Finesse.
Can't actually get the farthest one to the right over the left. And get the left one in
Hard luck.
for 50. We've
Care
been doing
for
that
another
pretty
round?
good.
Absolutely. Don't count me out yet.
That's the spirit.
I don't think we've ever scored with the right one.
Accio. Precisely as planned.
Accio.
No.
Such grace. Finesse. Accio.
You're not even a direct line with it.
Precisely as planned. Such grace. Finesse. Accio. Precisely as planned.
Okay, let's just see what we can do with this one.
Nice technique.
Okay, the middle one we can score with, and the left one we can score with.
Hard luck. Care for another round?
Gotta figure out the right one.
Absolutely. Don't count me out yet.
That's the spirit. Precisely as planned.
Left one.
Accio.
I go there. Alright.
Sting me with a billywig. I'll never top that. Accio.
Okay, the middle one.
Nice technique. Accio. Precisely as planned.
Okay. I just need to put some points on the board, that's it.
Accio.
Oh no! What?
Such grace. Finesse. You almost beat me there, but I almost beat you too.
Okay, we tied. That's better.
Hard luck. Care for another round?
Absolutely. Don't count me out yet.
That's the spirit.
It's a shame none of the skills that I'm building here translate to anything in real life. Go here. Oh no.
Nice technique. Accio.
Alright. Middle. I go here. Ah.
Such grace. Finesse. Accio. Precisely as planned.
Alright.
Accio.
Nice technique. You almost beat me there, but I almost beat you too.
Yeah. If that blue one had stuck.
Hard luck. Care for another round?
Absolutely. Don't count me out yet.
That's the spirit.
Not once has she had a ball go off. Doesn't seem fair.
Precisely as planned.
Okay, left.
Accio.
Let go. Don't. Oh.
Such grace. Finesse. Accio.
It requires too high a level of finesse.
Precisely as planned.
Actually, this one's harder to get through.
Accio.
That's ridiculous.
Such grace. Finesse. Accio. Precisely as planned.
Alright, practice with this one.
Sting me with a billywig. I'll never top that. Hard luck. Care for another round?
Absolutely.
I wish this
Don't count
changed
me
up
out
a little
yet.
bit.
That's the spirit.
And she at least had the chance of messing up one of hers.
Precisely as planned.
That's blocking everything else I have. Alright.
Accio.
At least you got it out of the way, I guess. Okay. Very carefully.
Nice technique. Accio. Precisely as planned.
No idea what's going to happen off of this one.
Accio.
I'll remember that.
Yep.
Hard luck. Care for another round?
Absolutely. Don't count me out yet.
That's the spirit. Accio. Precisely as planned.
Accio.
Did knockers off?
Sting me with a billywig. I'll
No.
never top that. Accio.
Alright. This one. There we go.
I'll remember that. Accio. Precisely as planned.
Accio.
And let it stay.
Well, you are good.
Oh.
I'm not too proud to admit when I've lost. Where did you learn to play like that?
Practice.
I practice as much as I can.
Practice, eh? I suppose I could try that. Well, you've only one opponent left now. I won't say more than that, but let's just say he's the best for a reason.
Okay. Alright, and then we've got a Hogsmeade quest to do. Where are we at? Right there. Alright, so if we can do the Hogsmeade, all we have left is one more Summoner's Court and the Labyrinth, and then the main quest that we know of. That still leaves us one side quest short. Where? There it is. Inside the pub? Yep. And I thought we'd have another Sebastian side quest just to wrap up his storyline. Maybe that's on the main quest though?
Oh, I do hope Mary and her neighbours aren't harmed.
Excuse me, sir. Are you all right?
Just barely. But I don't want to trouble a student with my woes.
I am indeed a student, but I could very well be able to help you.
I'm not so sure. Name's Crispin Dunn, by the way. I trade in the surrounding hamlets. Do the most business in Arranshire. A lovely little hamlet. Just stunning gardens. Just the other day, the Daily Prophet ran an article on its scenic hedgerows. Actually, before I go on, I should ask, are you afraid of spiders?
Spiders don't bother me at all. You'd be impressed by how many I've dispatched lately.
Lucky you. The hamlet's overrun with the vile things, and they're acting abnormally aggressively. I'm concerned about my customers, of course, but it appears that most of the hamlet's residents fled to safety. It's my friend Mary I worry about. I haven't heard from her, and I fear she's trapped in her cottage.
Understandable, but why don't you check on her yourself?
I would, but I have a crippling fear of the eight-legged beasts, which I, unlike you, seem incapable of conquering. I don't know what to do. Can you think of anyone who can help Mary?
Why are there so many spiders in Arranshire all of a sudden?
I honestly don't know. I've never seen so many spiders in all of my life. It's almost as if someone's breeding them.
Well,
They've trapped the entire hamlet in webs. I was lucky to escape it all. Mary always has a way with these beasts. It's very concerning not to hear from her.
Why is it you can't conquer your fear of spiders?
When I was a small child, I was being tormented and chased by a group of local bullies and slid into the hollow of a tree to hide. Within moments, spiders were crawling over every inch of my body. Seemed I'd stumbled on a nest. I couldn't move, paralysed by fear of the spiders and an equally profound fear of the wizards I knew were just outside the tree. I was there for what seemed hours. I can feel their legs on me now just talking about it. Ugh.
Why didn't you ask the ministry for help?
I did. Reached out to anyone who would listen. Tried Minister Spout old Spavin himself. But evidently they have their hands full with who knows what else. It seems this little hamlet has to fend for itself.
I'll try my very best, Mr. Dunn.
Please do. If you can think of anyone that may be brave enough to help, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. They'll find Arranshire southeast of Hogsmeade, just below the train station.
Alright. take out this spider problem. I'm not fond of spiders. I'm not super afraid of them, I just don't like them. And they are creepy. I was orienteering out in the desert of Arizona. They have mountains deep down south, super tall mountains. It's kind of like a timed hiking thing where you're trying to navigate from place to place. And I remember stepping into what was just, it was at night, so it was just a darker
This must be
piece of
Arranshire.
ground.
I'd best keep an eye out for spiders.
Ooh. And it turned out to be like a rotten saguaro or some other cactus.
Incendio! Confringo!
And the thing was just filled with tarantulas.
Incendio! Surely that's the last of them. Oh no, this must be Mary. Poor woman.
H. I've delivered the spider venom as requested. Prompt payment is now due. The new cluster of spiderlings in my cellar workshop have almost hatched. I can provide more venom soon. Once, of course, I have been compensated for the last delivery, Mary Portman. Oh.
If Mary was breeding these things in her cellar, that means there are more underground.
Ah.
I'll need to destroy every last spider in that cellar if this is to end.
I don't see underground anywhere. I see this.
Revelio.
Ah, back entrance. Cellar. More than a basement. That looks like a letter. My dear one, you asked about what happened in Arranshire, so I shall tell you all of it. When the spiders came out of the ground, it was like a great rushing tide. Most of us had no time to react, and I and a few others took to our roof without having time to take hold of our wands. We were stranded up there for what seemed an eternity. Sometimes we could scare them off, sometimes those eyes, lifeless evil eyes, 8 of them. When they're towering over you, all you see is your own fear multiplied 8 times, that and their fangs, shiny with venom. One by one the spiders picked us off. The victims' screams were awful, pierced my soul like a blade, hearing my neighbors coming to such a gruesome end. Not dissimilar to a Dementor's kiss, I would imagine. The silence was a relief. We wished them a quick death, and for ourselves too, if it came to it, especially then. Finally, a witch flew by low in the air and spotted us stranded. By then, all that was left was me and Dog's Buddy Pete. Anyway, we survived, but sometimes we wish we hadn't. I shall be haunted forever.
Revelio.
Yeah, if you're gonna do, like, weird, shady stuff, don't do it in a town. Like, at least go out in the country somewhere and
Confringo.
do it where you're not gonna hurt anybody else. And not with kids around. Be all by yourself.
Revelio. If this is where Mary bred the spiders, they're not here now. This isn't a good sign. These spiders have gone somewhere. A ladder. Not sure I want to know where this leads. I'd best be ready for whatever I may find down there. Revelio.
This is a awfully big cellar.
Egg sacs. I need to find and destroy all of these before the situation gets even worse. Confringo! That's one egg sac destroyed. I should get the rest. Accio! Incendio!
Ah, come on.
Confringo! Can't let you harm Arranshire any more than you already have. Revelio.
Okay. Methodically.
Incendio. Revelio. Confringo. Half finished, but I need to destroy all of the exacts. Incendio. There's a victory that can... Revelio.
Nothing there.
Confringo! These eggs must be destroyed. Accio! Incendio! Revelio!
I finally found the perfect place to breed my spider colony, and it was quite literally under my nose the whole time. My cellar. Why didn't I think of this before? Why isn't anyone for that matter? My spiders are growing big and strong, and the silk they produce will make me a fortune. I have wealth at last. No more scrimping on frogs when I'm in town. It will be marvelous.
I suppose I know what happened to Mary Portman now. She was breeding the spiders. Incendio!
Okay. Go the long way around. We cleared out the right passage. That's clear. This one.
Revelio.
Chest.
Incendio. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo.
Doesn't count.
Revelio.
So we got that up there. That's on the other side.
Incendio. Revelio. Incendio. I hate to think that they see me, but I don't see them.
Where is it?
Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. This is definitely going to anger your parents. Accio. Incendio. Confringo. Revelio. Accio. Incendio. Confringo. That's the last of the spider sacks. Revelio.
Another acromantula. There we go.
I hope that's the last spider. Revelio.
Hello.
That's the last one. And she's angry. Incendio! I'll be having nightmares for the rest of my life after. Incendio!
Where are you?
Revelio.
Okay. Guess that's it. Well, he's worried about Mary, and Mary's the one that caused everything. So I don't feel bad about Mary. Even if there is something about her. Okay, we can return this one, and there's the arena. Okay. Hogsmeade. Travel. Yeah, this game has I think this game was about $55, and so we're up around 70 hours right now, 65 or 70, something like that, of playtime. That's a pretty good return on the amount of money you pay for it.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
I do wish the loading times were faster. Even if the graphics weren't as well represented, weren't as, you know, focused on skin textures and eye colors and stuff like that. If it weren't as janky and were still functional.
I should have known Harlow had met his match the day of the troll attack in Hogsmeade. The village owes you a great...
Mr. Dunn, I have some news.
Thank Merlin. About my sweet friend Mary.
Victim of her own greed.
It seems poor Mary was breeding spiders in her home for profit, and vastly underestimated their propensity to multiply.
Oh, Mary, what untoward scheme were you involved in? If she needed financial assistance, she could have just come to me. She didn't deserve this. Few do.
I am sorry about your friend, but you'll be relieved to know that I cleared out the spiders. It's safe to return now.
You? You cleared out the spiders? I can't believe it, but I'm certainly relieved. I imagine the first order of business will be to help the amulet rebuild. I suppose I have nothing to fear from dead spiders.
That's the spirit. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you again for all you've done. I shall keep you apprised of the hamlet's rebuilding.
Glad I could be of help, and I look forward to visiting your shop the next time I'm in Arranshire.
To dearly departed Mary.
I'm certain Mr. Pratt will learn to appreciate his new surroundings.
Okay, so we've got, yeah, the arena and Summoner's Court 5. World map. Yep, Summoner's Court 5. Nothing there. Nothing there. Oh. Yeah, nothing there. Nothing in Brockborough. Nothing in Keenbridge. Nothing in Irondale. Nothing in Feldcroft. Nothing in Morrowind. Rainbow. Craigoft. Yeah, alright. Seem to have gotten everything else. Let's go here. Travel up to the arena, have ourselves a little fight. Alright.
What style?
Revelio.
What is all this?
Revelio. Revelio. Incendio. Revelio. 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 Revelio.
Here we go. Let's go. Where are we?
This should be fun. Descender. Defender. Bombarda. Isn't it?
Confringo!
Oh, at least give it a bit. Glacier.
Incendio! Confringo!
Glacier. Bombarda. Defender. Descendo. Incendio.
Okay.
Confringo. Cursed fiends.
You come to the wrong place, child.
Incendio. Confringo.
Rise
Bombarda.
and bind.
Descendo.
Look what you've done! You find one.
Descendo. Bombarda.
Get over here, you
Defender. Descendo.
No more happy days for you. Take your knee.
Glacier.
I'll make you wish you were back at school. You've made a grave mistake. You're going to regret that.
Protego.
Pay for your deeds.
Where you at?
I think I might rather.
Bombarda. Glaciers. Defender. One less poacher in the wizarding world. Confringo. Incendio. Incendio. Confringo. Accio.
I see you.
All right.
Bombarda.
You'll regret this for the rest of your short
Defender. Confringo. Let's get it. Incendio, shall we? I have been seduced.
Time to teach someone a lesson.
Levioso.
No!
Certificate totally.
Levioso. Incendio. Confringo. Incendio. Confringo. Accio. Levioso. Incendio. Confringo. Confringo.
All right. Turn to Highlands. Didn't use one potion. Didn't use arcane magic even once. I think that's pretty good. We're in pretty good shape for whatever final battle we have. All right. It says new quest available. Just that one. All right. Well, there's also the summoners piece. Let's see. Hogwarts. Travel. Yeah. I think we're about as complete as we can get with this game without pouring through every possible location to see if there's just one more quest and spending a bunch more time running around Hogwarts mostly looking for those last couple field guide pages. It's a little bit too ADD even for me. All right. Who is the last one? Ah, Professor Ronan, of course.
You're my Summoner's Court opponent, Professor Ronan.
Indeed I am. Professors are allowed to have fun once in a while too, you know.
I suppose so.
Of course. I look forward to playing against you.
And I you. I've been playing this for eons, so you haven't a chance of winning. How about we get started anyway?
I'm ready.
No time like the present. Accio! We all make mistakes.
Why don't I have... There we go. All right.
Accio!
Oh.
I do not recall teaching you how to play like that. Accio!
All right.
Well now, nicely played. Accio!
All right. Is he just being nice to us?
We all make mistakes.
I think he's just being nice to us.
Accio!
Well now, nicely played. Delightful to see such mastery from one your age. Well done. You've beaten me at my own game.
I had a good teacher.
A flatterer, I see. Although I dare say it's not unwarranted. I shall accept the compliment humbly. As the new Summoner's Court champion, you have earned a token of recognition. Do not let it go to your head.
Now, Madame Kagawa said she's never seen anyone with such form of a broom. She even had the rest of the class watch me to see how it's done.
All right. Well, now, challenges, 99%. One more side, one more story. One more infamous foe. Yeah. 20-something more dueling feats. Everything else is done. Let's head up here for a second. Now, I imagine that as soon as the game goes through the final story, that's just it. It's just game over. But just in case it drops us off somewhere, let's have fully identified equipment.
This will be more useful when I have something to identify.
Then what's in our equipment right now? $11 out of 40, that's fine. So we go to map. Go to hidden rooms. Let's go to the map chamber. All right. And nothing with Sebastian. So Ominous said that he was going to talk to the headmaster about Sebastian. Or the ministry, one or the other. He was going to go report Sebastian and his use of Avada Kedavra. That he used on his uncle. Because he's power mad.
Victor Rookwood is dead. He confronted me as I left Ollivander's with the Keeper's wand. I had to defend myself.
Godric's heart, are you all right? I know you're well able to defend yourself. I've seen it often enough. But Rookwood himself...
Had to defend ourselves.
He would have killed me once he found the repository, if not before. I had no choice.
You're right. You had no choice. You did what you had to do. With Harlow in custody and Rookwood gone, the wizarding community owes you a great debt.
Thank you for saying so, Professor. I'm ready for what's next.
All right, then. The Keepers have been waiting.
You have completed all of our trials, and you have done so under circumstances even I did not foresee. You understand now why all of this was necessary. The portkey, the vault, the locket, the book, the trials. To ensure that one with the ability you and I share would make the same choice that San, Neve, Charles, and I did.
Now that you have witnessed my memory, you understand all that is at stake. Not everyone is what they seem.
As you know, light does not exist without shadow, nor shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should.
Even the most well-meaning and competent amongst us cannot possibly know the consequences of manipulating what should be beyond our reach.
What lies in the repository must never be released. Resist the temptation to destroy or control it. The magic that you have so carefully honed must now be used only to protect the secret we keep. You have the wand. You will know when to wield it. We leave our legacy in your hands.
Astonishing. That must be the way to the repository.
Why can't we destroy the magic in the repository? It'll be a draw to everything bad, as long as it exists.
We can only hope that we're not too late, and that we find nothing but a repository undisturbed beyond this door.
Yeah, I'm betting we find a bunch of those big drills and Ranrock already in there. Probably bathing in the stuff. That's okay though. We can fight off Ranrock. We have a new wand. What's the new wand supposed to do? Purely uses arcane magic?
I should hope that the enchantments protecting the castle would protect against an incursion from below.
I fear they may not. Although, if they don't now, I can assure you they will in the future.
Were you able to reach Professor Weasley?
I was. Hopefully she and the others will arrive soon. They know where to find the door through which we entered.
All the teachers going to be here at the end? It's going to be like the fight at the Ministry?
Damn, the goblins.
Ranrock is here.
Let's go.
Revelio.
He definitely is here. Stop the goblin loyalists.
If his loyalists are here, he cannot be far behind.
You and I have faced worse, Professor.
I don't know that we have.
Search the area. Must be here somewhere. We must be getting closer. Ranrock will be pleased with our progress.
Bombarder, defender. More of them.
I shall avenge your death.
To press on. Ranrock must be here somewhere.
This drill stands between us and him. We need to move it.
I shall handle it. One moment.
Okay.
Let's go.
It's a strong repulso. Oh, great.
Another troll. Where are the professors? And I don't know. You fought one of these in Protego.
Little goblin needs to go away. And there we go.
You will not take
Quick work of us.
This one's almost down.
Ranrock will rest. Who do you think?
Glacis, defender, bombarder.
Back at ya.
You're no match for us.
A dead end. Now what?
Professor, that wall, that's the way forward.
Very perceptive, young friend. It worked. Let's go.
Lumos!
Ranrock must be getting closer to finding the repository.
I fear you're right, Professor. There's nothing we can do but keep searching.
Listen, more goblins up ahead.
Not quiet.
Bombarder, defender. There's Glacier.
Won't get away with that. Rather I'm white. Coming back this way. Red Rock's off.
Excellent.
These tunnels haven't brought us much luck so far.
We're getting closer, Professor. That way.
Welcome to Mordor. Here we go. Is Naughty gonna be here? Just curious.
The goblins have somehow evaded the castle's defensive charms.
Steer them this way. We shall make quick work of them.
They got this.
They should. I mean, we can handle that. We can handle it. 5 of them should be able to.
Time to move. We're in the thick of it now. We'll show these beasts who's in charge. Your timing couldn't be better, Professor Hackett.
That works.
Thank you, Professor.
Let's get this over.
Ranrock's plan will fail. Look out! Another troll! This one's worse than the last two! Stop him!
Rather unwise coming back this way.
We couldn't be happy if we reached the shop.
Back at you. One. All by yourself. Because of all of our professors, it's Fig and him being the most awesome, I think. Although others have talent too.
That's our way forward.
Perfect fit. Are we gonna have to fight these guys too? We already fought through the goblins. I mean, these guys should work for us now.
The wand! Quickly!
Oh, it just looks chaotic.
We made it.
I'm relieved we got here before Ranrock.
I can't believe this is it. The repository has been under the castle for hundreds of years.
Think of all the pain that created it. This is what Miriam, George, your friend Lodgok, and countless others died for. Miriam believed this forgotten magic could be used for such good. But she did not know the risks.
She knew the risks. She didn't care.
She did not see what the Keepers have shown you. What Isadora showed you. You are now the keeper of whatever power it holds. What do you intend to do with it?
Keep it contained here or open it? Keep it contained.
I plan to leave the repository as it is.
I'm pleased to hear that. I've been thinking.
What is it, Professor?
I spent all year trying to keep our journey a secret from everyone, including Professor Weasley. But now I wonder if I should have shared it with her, and the others, sooner. Trusted them more. The Keepers wanted this secret to be locked away forever. How long will you keep it?
Secret for now.
I plan to keep it secret for now. But in time, when I'm ready, I plan to tell those I trust everything and accept their help.
I believe that is what Miriam would have wanted. We should trust in others. If anyone can rise to this challenge, my friend, it is you.
Arrogance of wizard kind. Goblins built this repository. It belongs to us.
Enough, Ranrock. It was never yours.
I've been wanting to play with this.
Miriam's wand.
If she'd simply handed over the container, all of this could have been avoided. Foolish, self-important witch. Seems you were two of a kind. She didn't know when to give up either.
What is that? Maybe he's become the Balrog.
Goblin kind shall answer to no one.
He's a dragon now. Kind of. Oh no. Defeat Ranrock. Can't get on broom.
It's feeding off the power
Can he stop?
Bombarder, defender. Protego. Those traces of magic somehow
Here we go.
from the dragon. That's a trick.
Oh yeah. That's good. So we keep going?
You can't stop me.
There we go.
Don't like that very much, do you?
Bring down the house.
charade.
What's that? Okay. There we go.
You can't run forever, Ranrock.
Oh, okay, can't block that. There we go. There we go. Crush him. Yep. Did that land on Red Rock? Or did it just fall? Might just fall. The other professors? Big? Yes. Still alive.
To contain it.
Great music. Wait a little potion.
Professor.
Come on.
Miriam. Miriam would have loved you, my young friend. The wizarding world could not be in more capable hands.
Why did Fig have to die?
Professor Eleazar Fig. I dare say he was a beloved professor to many of you, certainly a long-standing colleague to his peers. A famed adventurer and seeker of knowledge, he built a reputation charging into the unknown, brazenly disregarding both discretion and safety, providing perhaps a rather unfortunate lesson for us all. His devotion to adventure was rivaled only by his dedication to Hogwarts. And of course, to his wife, Miriam, whom we lost much too
I don't
soon
like that they took this moment to mock him again.
Yeah.
Professor Fig represented the best of all of us. He could be deviously clever, possessed a brilliantly inquisitive mind, and was the most loyal of friends. But perhaps it was his remarkable courage, for which we will all be forever indebted to him. If not for Professor Fig, well, I can say with confidence that if not for him, many of us, let alone Hogwarts, would not be here today. Those that knew him best will agree that we must now honor him as only Hogwarts can, by wisely, resourcefully, justly, and bravely facing all that lies ahead.
That's a really good speech.
To Professor Fig!
She brought up tones from each of the houses, from the things that they respect. So it's a unifying speech. It's really good.
Never imagined we'd attend a funeral for one of our professors. Glad Weasley spoke for Fig. She honored him. He'll be well remembered. I only wish we could have done the same for Solomon Sallow. I need to go and see Anne soon.
Ominous, there's something I need to tell you. It's to do with Victor Rookwood.
I heard a rumor that he confronted you outside of Ollivander's. Sounds as if you faced quite a fight.
The rumor's true, and I did. But it's not that. Just before Rookwood attacked, he uttered something familiar. The same words Anne heard before she was cursed. Children should be seen and not heard.
Wait, what are you saying?
It wasn't one of Ranrock's loyalists who cursed Anne. It was Victor Rookwood. It was Rookwood all along.
This can't be. The night Anne was cursed, all she saw were goblins.
You see, since Feldcroft was of interest to Ranrock, it became of interest to Rookwood as well. That's why Rookwood was there the night Anne was cursed. He was working with Ranrock. When he saw Anne, well, he didn't want anyone to know.
So he cursed her. Oh, so cruel. Rookwood got what he deserved. Thank you for telling me. Anne and Sebastian deserved to know, and it should come from me. As we discussed, I spoke with Black. Sebastian's with the headmaster now, but perhaps there's a way to get word to him. When I find out, I'll send an owl.
And springtime. Congratulations, you have completed the story of Hogwarts Legacy and reached the end of the school year. With your OWL exams fast approaching, now is a good time to review your field guide progress. Explore the world, finish any remaining relationship storylines, side quests, and complete your field guide as you see fit. Nothing new there. Main story. Stone necklace. Oh, it's an appearance. What is the stone necklace? I don't even think that looks as good as this. Yeah. So that's it?
I have news about Sebastian. Meet me in the Undercroft as soon as you can.
Oh, here we go. Anything else? Or is that the missing relationship side story? Hold on. Speak with Almas. Looking on map. And get the conclusion of the story. And speaking with Professor Weasley is only level 24. So the game has tons of stuff in it. I'd have to say that the thing that the game probably did the best is the castle. Getting Hogwarts, like, a large enough place. Because, I mean, this is as large as you would imagine it to be. So this is probably the best place, the best thing that they've done in the game. I'll have to say that the voice actors were all just amazing. Professor Fig and Professor Weasley, especially. Those two specifically were really, really good. I like those quite a bit.
Thank you for coming.
Ominous, I received your owl. What's happened with Sebastian?
He's been expelled and will soon face trial at the Ministry.
Yeah.
Although Anne wanted to turn him in, I think now she's torn. I confess I know how she feels. As much as we all wanted Sebastian to face the consequences of his actions. It will never be the same without him. Just standing here in the Undercroft without Sebastian feels wrong.
I know what you mean.
I never thought things would end this way. I hope we did the right thing.
I hope so too.
Were you able to tell Sebastian about Rookwood cursing Anne?
I was. Black let me talk to Sebastian before he left. At first he wouldn't believe it. Then he realized it all made sense. Unfortunately, his anger only grew towards goblins and dark wizards. Anne was shocked too, but in some sense relieved to know the truth about who was responsible. I think it brought her some peace.
I'm glad to hear it. She deserves peace.
She does. Sebastian was my best friend. I can't imagine Hogwarts or anywhere without him. I know you two had grown close, that you were helping each other with more than just finding a cure for Anne. He never gave specifics, but I know it was important. He means a lot to us both. I hope we get the chance to tell him that one day. I know we had a bit of a rocky start, but you've proven yourself as a friend. I'm glad you came to Hogwarts.
Almost needs a friend now, so that's good. Okay. Map. And Professor Weasley. Is that the closest one? I guess so. Done a lot in this story. All of the side stories, even though they had some cheerful parts, they were overall just sad. The world itself is pretty dreary. I wish it were just a little bit brighter.
When my grandfather went to the school, he didn't stir one. Marvelous healer, apparently.
Okay. Quest. Select the quest.
Bet she'll be better in potions than I'm doing in herbology.
Alright, through the door. Back in her office.
It warmed my heart to see your interest in herbology, dare I say, blossom.
Professor Weasley, you wanted to see me?
I did. We haven't had a chance to speak since I know you were quite close with Professor Fig.
Hogwarts won't be the same without him.
No, it won't. But I can assure you that he would want us to press on, and that he would rest easy knowing that the future of the wizarding world is in hands like yours.
Thank you, Professor.
You've had quite a year, both inside and outside of Hogwarts. I've heard all sorts of rumors. You've ridden a graphorn, befriended a goblin, rescued hippogriffs, even helped Mr. Ollivander track down a family wand.
How did you...
It's harder to keep secrets around here than one might suspect. I'm just glad you found such a good friend in Miss Sweeting. It's nice to see her engaging more with her classmates. There have evidently been Snidget sightings in the area lately. If the centaurs are to be believed, 2 Hogwarts students are behind it.
I'm certain I don't know what...
No need to discuss it further. What I would like to discuss is your wizard's field guide. May I see it?
Of course. What do you think, Professor?
I think you've been busy this year. It seems you've nearly completed your field guide. Well done indeed. With your OWLs soon upon us, I am thrilled to see you so prepared. I will confess, I had a sense about you from that first moment you came bursting in, late, to the sorting ceremony. I am pleased to see that my instincts were correct. To think you've only been with us a year and you'll already be taking your OWLs, well, it's nothing short of astonishing.
Thank you, Professor, for everything.
You are most welcome. I look forward to seeing what you do during the rest of your time with us.
House Cup. Go to the Great Hall. Wish we'd gotten a faster start figuring out those feats, the wizarding feats, or dueling feats. Would have been nice to have
resource
that.
indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
I got 4 of those myself. Dear call. And a boggart.
This year, we have seen our students exemplify the bravery of Godric Gryffindor. And now we can finish. The loyalty of Helga Hufflepuff. The wisdom of Rowena Ravenclaw. And the ambition of Salazar Slytherin. And so, the winner of this year's House Cup...
Excuse me, Headmaster, if I may. One particular student's heroism during the attack on Hogwarts, not to mention the level to which they have excelled in their coursework, as a new student, no less. Well, it would seem that it certainly merits... I'd say 100 points to their house. Wouldn't you agree?
Ah, yes. Thank you, Professor Weasley. I suppose we have our winner.
Okay, so we were the ones to win the house cup for our house. Okay. Oh, there's gonna be a ton of people in this. The alphabetical by first name? That is huge. Did we see that house? I don't remember that one. That's Upper Hogsmeade. Giant water mill. And the dam. It is an interesting aesthetic that a lot of the wizarding stuff just seems broken down. But at certain points, it just seems like they're in the middle of a war zone. So many people. Just keeps going. Hundreds of people making this game. Frame machine? I wonder what frame machine is. FX. Oh, are these are art studios that they worked with. Little red zombies. There's gonna be like 1,000 people actually involved in this game. Yeah, I think this is longer than the credits off of most movies, like off major production movies. So we completed our game. For anybody who feels like it, I would appreciate any comments on the video. How do you feel the game went? Were there anything that I could have improved on the game other than my playing ability, which feel free to leave those comments too, but I'm aware of that one. And how did you like the overall game? Is this a 10 out of 10 game for you, or is this not your typical game that you care for? Anything like that would be nice. For the most part, the only mainstream, like, big games that I play are like the Zelda games, so I haven't played a big production game before, or recently, other than Zelda titles, so this was interesting. And this is the longest game that I've ever recorded video for the entire game. stay the longest for a while, I imagine, until I do a playthrough of Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. I've already played those, and those are 100-hour games. So many people involved in making something like this. I played through Hollow Knight recently for the channel, and I think Hollow Knight was like 5 people, 3 main people, and then some people brought in to help. This is so different. And Hollow Knight's a much smaller game, but just very different. When we eventually do play one of the bigger Zelda titles, I'll have to remember to check to see how it compares with the number of people in the credits versus this. Actually, I should check to see how many people were involved in the projects, if that's available. Because I guess games might put have different styles of what they put in the credits. This might have every single person that was involved. Zelda titles might not have anybody, except for like, I don't know, top 100 or something. A lot of S names there. just keeps going. So many people. Free to play studios their name, or is that what they do? Partners. I don't even know what a lot of these words mean. Director of Player Network Strategy and Design? Is Brazil a particularly large market for this game? They got a call up for localization too. So they didn't just do Spanish, they did a bunch of variants of Spanish. Different specific Spanish dialects. Oh, Jim Dale. He was a voice actor in the read the audiobooks. Were these all the babies that were born during the making of this game? To all the people who worked at Avalanche? So many license agreements. It's got the Apache license in it. Oh. Including instructions as to how to use it. That's odd. Use Python, C, C#. What else do they use? Oh, .NET, JSON. I'm not familiar with Log4net. C++. jQuery. Idle. Yep, Unreal Engine. I didn't know there was an Unreal Engine Python. This is a massive set of credits. I am hoping for an after credits little snippet. This is copied straight off the text file. The asterisk line delimiters. Oh, the fonts. I once had to go through all of the manuals that I'd created. There's probably 30 of them, and go through and scrape for any of the fonts that we didn't have permissions to use. Scrape them, make sure that they weren't included in metadata. There were a couple places where I had to remove specific things that were font specific to somebody else owned them. It probably took me a month. No, 2 weeks. Yeah. Oh. Oh. There was something there. We were in the Great Hall. No stories available. We did complete everything there. So it was just dueling feats. Oh well. Well, that's pretty good. So, thank you everyone for coming and playing through this very long but very good story with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing it. If you did enjoy it and you'd like to see more of these, please like, subscribe, comment, and share these videos out. I do read all the comments. If you comment what other games you'd like to see me play on this channel, that'd be great. I'll take that into consideration. I've got a list, but it's flexible. So, anyway, thanks again for coming. See you next time. Bye-bye.